I'm here with Ian Chapman-Banks, who's the head of smartphones and tablets at Dell, a long veteran of Asia. Been to the Spikes
numerous times.
Numerous times.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the big themes that you see this year?
The themes are actually very interesting. I think the themes, there's really three themes. Three things coming across very strongly. Number one, technology.
Okay, technology.
Technology, business,
and
then essentially how do you then reply as an agency to the technology, the business, and how do you produce campaigns which are relevant and truthful?
Okay, first technology. What's going on with technology besides the new iPhone launched just a few days ago?
Well, you kind of got to take one step back and say the biggest wave of disruption ever is now this mobile broadband internet.
Right.
For example, my MiFi device in Japan, which is an LTE device, the fastest device capable, is now 150 megabits a second.
How does that compare to your home broadband?
100 megabits a second.
So
now,
much faster.
And 2 gigabyte movie, 60 seconds downloaded. So faster than at home, and this will really unleash companies and businesses to do business in a much more thoughtful, dramatic, less intrusive, disruptive way. So this technology is going to change how we all work over the next couple of years.
Okay. Technology, second is business.
So, you know, the interesting theme that the speakers have been talking about, whether it's been McCann or Ogilvy or our good friends at DDB, is, you know, as agency people, the skill sets to survive the next 5 years have changed dramatically. You know, I fundamentally believe, and I've always loved working with agencies, especially the Ogilvy guys. We've had great relationships in the past. I think the next step in your evolution, as the next step in my evolution,
seeing it from the client side,
is just a grasp of business.
Okay. Agencies have not been businessmen enough, or business people enough?
Listen, I think the guys in the agencies, the guys running agencies are great business people. I think the account managers and the creatives, I think the next stage in their evolution is starting to think a little bit more like a business person.
Does that mean more entrepreneurial, more?
Yeah, I think it's how do you solve problems? Right? How do you
rather than narrowing yourself into a marketing issue, how do we change the business? How do we help the business grow?
And it's not just me, it's like how do I solve my customers' problems? So with the agency, how do you work with me and help me solve my customers' problems? So
you're saying the agencies are moving that way, or they need to, or both?
I think it's an evolution. They're starting, but I think kind of the younger people, you know, I would say go out and do MBAs. I would, you know, maybe not go and do the Chartered Institute of Marketing. I would say go and do an MBA part-time, or go on some business courses, go on finance courses, so you can actually start having business discussions about how we solve problems. I think, you know, you guys are in the greatest place of all to change and to really actually disrupt and change the way that we do business. Because if you think about what's happening, is that technology is making everything so much open, pervasive. You can be connected anywhere to anybody. You can work in a field at 150 megabits a second, for example. You can do anything right now. So there are no barriers anymore. You don't have to go to the office, plug your PC in and start typing.
Right.
You can sit in a field in some kind of tablet and be creative. You can go and sit in Phuket. You can go and sit in London. It doesn't matter anymore. You know, Asia Pacific as a region, it's all so big now. We don't need to think about Asia Pacific as a region. We think about it as individual countries. It's a China, it's a Japan. So I would say that, you know,
the combination of those two trends, of this technology, which is just continuing to rapidly shift, these sort of more business thinking or focusing on the business problems of clients. The third trend would be the combination of those two, you're saying?
And how it manifests itself in the campaign. And I am starting to see that campaigns are becoming a lot more truthful and relevant and meaningful, and as opposed to having a beautiful creative or opposed to having some wonderful print laid out, it's really how do you connect to customers. And it's almost as though it's more important to be local these days. You know, we talked about the Coca-Cola campaign in Hong Kong, Choc. You couldn't run that anywhere else in the world, but it really connected with, you know, 1 million people. So it's absolutely imperative that the campaigns are much more locally relevant, because everyone's so much more connected now, and culture becomes much more important. So I think agencies are in the best place to do that, because you can take those campaigns. The Facebook campaign in South America they were talking about yesterday is amazing. So using Facebook as a platform. In other words, you go into the C&A shop in Colombia, I think, or Argentina, and the dresses on the hanger are connected to Facebook, and it tells you how many likes those particular dresses have got. I mean, that's really connecting with a core set of
So I mean, coming out of this, you seem to be very optimistic and positive about the number of changes that people can participate in, and where the industry is going.
Yeah, I think it's, if you accept all this social networking platform as a platform, not as a means to the end, as an enabler to build your ideas on and connect better with customers. I think that is what's exciting about what's coming out of Spikes these couple of days.
Excellent. Thank you very much. That was great.
Thank you. Thank you.